So there's been an outbreak of hantavirus on a cruise ship, and that's led to the death of some passengers. So what do we know about this virus?
April 1st, 2026. A cruise ship leaves Ushuaia, Argentina, carrying nearly 150 passengers and crew from 23 countries. Their destination is Antarctica and the remote islands of the South Atlantic. At first, everything feels perfect. People laugh together. Parties fill the nights. Strangers become friends. No one realizes they are trapped inside the beginning of a biological nightmare. 5 days into the journey, a 70-year-old Dutch passenger suddenly develops a fever. Then headaches, diarrhea. The ship's doctor assumes it's a normal illness, but within 2 days, the man can barely breathe. His lungs begin failing. On April 11th, he died on the ship. Nobody knows why.
This is my sad duty to inform you that one of our passengers sadly passed away last night.
The passengers continue socializing, eating together, sharing rooms, laughing. Then, on April 24th, the ship docks near St. Helena Island. The dead passenger's wife leaves with his body and travels toward South Africa. But before boarding a flight to Amsterdam, she suddenly collapses at the airport. The next day, she dies too. Now panic begins. Back on the ship, more passengers become sick. A German woman develops symptoms. 4 days later, she is dead. One by one, people start falling ill. Then the diagnosis arrives. Hantavirus.
Hantavirus.
Deadly hantavirus. The hantavirus.
A virus so deadly that it can kill nearly half the people it infects. No approved cure, no globally approved vaccine. And now it is spreading aboard a ship stranded in the ocean. Countries refuse to let the vessel dock.
Health officials around the world are racing to contain a deadly outbreak of hantavirus.
Health officials scramble to contain the crisis. And suddenly, the world begins asking a terrifying question. Could this become the next pandemic? The most disturbing part is that hantavirus is not new. Scientists have known about it for more than 70 years. And still, humanity has no definitive treatment. Because hantavirus is not just one virus. It is an entire family of viruses mostly carried by rodents. Different rodents carry different strains. And when humans become infected, the consequences can be horrifying. In Asia and Europe, some strains attack the kidneys. Victims suffer internal bleeding and organ failure. This disease is called hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome. But in North and South America, another form appears. Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. This version attacks the lungs. Fluid fills the air sacs inside the body. Breathing becomes harder. Victims feel like they are drowning from inside their own chest. Many suffocate to death. Its mortality rate can reach 50%. Doctors can only provide supportive care. Oxygen, ventilators, fluids. In the end, survival depends on whether the immune system can win the fight. But the virus shocked the world again in 1993. In the American Southwest, young, healthy people suddenly began dying. Most victims belong to the Navajo community.
The mysterious epidemic in the southwestern United States that has U.S. medical investigators baffled. The disease has already killed 10 people. It strikes suddenly and can kill in a day.
At the start of the outbreak, nearly 75% of infected patients died. Scientists struggled desperately for answers. And surprisingly, some of the most important clues came from Navajo tribal elders. They already knew that years of heavy rainfall caused rodent populations to explode. More rain meant more food for mice. More mice meant more disease. Scientists later confirmed they were right. Climate events like El Niño had increased rainfall, which caused rodent populations to surge. And more rodents meant more opportunities for the virus to spread to humans. For years, scientists believed hantavirus could only spread from rodents to humans. But then Argentina changed everything. A strain called the Andes virus broke the rules. Unlike other strains, this one could spread from human to human. Not through the air like COVID, but through very close physical contact, sharing beds, caring for infected family members, exposure to bodily fluids, and investigators believe this is exactly what happened aboard the cruise ship. Reports suggest the first infected couple had visited a rodent-infested area during a bird-watching tour shortly before boarding. The timing was catastrophic because this virus spreads during a very short transmission window. By May 10th, at least 10 cases had appeared aboard the ship. 3 people were already dead. Passengers had to be medically evacuated. Several were placed in intensive care units across different countries. For days, the ship remained stranded because nations refused permission to dock. Eventually, Spain allowed the vessel to dock in the Canary Islands. Passengers were evacuated, quarantines began, and the world watched nervously. So, could hantavirus become another COVID-style pandemic? Probably not, at least not on the same scale. There are 2 major reasons. First, hantavirus spreads far less efficiently. The transmission period is extremely short. Second, it does not spread through the air like the flu or coronavirus. Close and prolonged physical contact is usually required. That makes massive global outbreaks much harder. Even the World Health Organization currently considers the overall global risk low. The frightening truth is that this virus has been infecting humans for decades. The only difference now is that you know about it. And when there is no cure, awareness becomes your greatest defense.